welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trading. And today we're going to be looking at Lucid Group again. Now, there was a very big dip in today's market with a lot of things. So we saw Lucid go from being $2.17 all the way down to $2.04. Now, that was a very big dip, obviously with the trade war and everything like that. We thought it wouldn't bother Lucid, but apparently it did. Now, with that being said, we could still work with Lucid because we can see right here that it kind of tested and stayed in that low $2 mark. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the chart. So right here we can see that Lucid, once it dropped, kind of stayed right there in between that $2.05 mark all the way down to $2.03 mark. So what I would do in a situation like this is I would wait until it completely bottoms out at $2, which it could if it's that low. You can get a bearish fluctuation where everybody just kind of sells at the same time, and you get it right down here at this mark at $2. Now, the cool thing about that is when it goes back up, let's just say to about $2.05, which has already been proven to do with some of these candles right here. At $2.05 right there. So let's go ahead and do the math. Let's pull out the calculator. So let's say, for instance, you're working with $1,000. Divided that by 2. That's $500. So then you multiply that by a 5-cent range. So 0.05. That's $25. Now that may seem like a small amount, but then let's multiply that. Let's say you do that every weekday. So let's multiply that by 5. Now you got an extra $125 a week. Now let's multiply that by 4, which is how many weeks are in a month most of the time. So let's multiply that by 4. And you just added an extra $500 to your monthly income. So just because the stocks aren't moving fast or aren't moving as volatile as we like, doesn't mean we still can't work with them. But looking at Yahoo Finance, when it comes to Lucid, we see right here, the volume wasn't that bad. It's just that it was a lot of selling volume. 94,253,562. Average volume, 101,727,680 being the volume for today. But obviously, we can see that a lot of that was just selling and just those bulls and those bears going back and forth. It's not really a lot of news going on right now when it comes to Lucid today. Let's go back over here to my other chart. Let's go back here and let's look. All it really goes into detail with is why Lucid stock is falling today. And it just shows that shares of the electric vehicle startup Lucid Group fell today after the president administration said late yesterday that it would roll back requirements. Let's go deeper into that. Requirements on automakers to produce electric vehicles. So basically, there isn't really a push from the feds as far as creating electric vehicles. More now whether or not you just want to. So it's kind of going back to how it was before when Tesla first came out, and it was like, if you want a Tesla, cool. If not, go and get your F-150 gas guzzler. It does not matter. So while this change doesn't directly impact Lucid's manufacturing, the move could make it more economical for automakers to sell gas-powered vehicles rather than EVs. And it comes at a time when Lucid is facing significant losses. And that's why Lucid is down so much. And then, of course, it just talks about, some other stuff. It says Lucid shares are likely also sliding along with the broader market as investors grow concerned about the impact of tariffs on the economy. Lucid stock was down 5.3% as of 2:35 p.m. today. So when you talk about the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, they said yesterday that it would begin backing away from the former president's vehicle emissions rules. The rules include requirements for automakers to build more EVs in the coming years, as well as reduce tailpipe emissions. EV stocks often susceptible to good or bad news in the broader industry. So it's not surprising to see Lucid shares fall today. All right, so basically it's not a requirement to make EVs anymore, and you can just make them if you want to or not. Me personally, I still see EVs as pretty cool if they could just make it so that the battery range was a little better. But I look at it like this. Let's say, for instance, you were an Uber driver or a DoorDasher or something like that, and you had an EV and you're able to charge it at home. You pretty much don't have to pay for gas, and you get nothing but money while you're out there making your deliveries or dropping people off. So I look at it from that standpoint. But I guess some people, everything has to go by way of what the government decides. But I think there's another way that they could possibly go about that, as far as just making it more lucrative to not have to use gas in certain sectors of work. Say for instance, 18-wheelers and things like that don't go across the country, but are only regional. Things like that, or bus systems. It makes sense, but at the same time, when it comes to traveling long distance, I need me some gasoline in the truck. You know what I mean? But let's take a look at crypto, which is where I think I'll be headed, until they figure everything out. Just because crypto is actually making more sense than the regular market right here. If you look at Bitcoin, it's pretty much shown that it's not going too lower than 80,000. So once it hits that 81,630 something range, it's either going down or going back up, but it's not going to go lower than 80,000, it looks like. Of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm just going off of what we've seen thus far. Matter of fact, if we go back and we look for the whole month, Bitcoin has never went under, well, it hit 79,000. So it's never gone under 79,000. So let's go ahead and stick with that. Oh, it hit 77,000 right there. Don't listen to me. This isn't financial advice. But for the week, it hit 77,000 there too. So right there's your baseline. It hasn't gone lower than 77,000. Now, that's a good thing, because now I want it to go back to 77,000. So we could jump in right there and ride it back up. At least it's not completely crashing out like the rest of the market. Ethereum 1,882. And the one that I'm really looking at is XRP. So let's take a look at that. XRP. Let me back up here. Let's go over here to investing and look at XRP. So XRP right here is at $2.27. It's up a little bit. If you look at the live, it's definitely trending in the right position. All right. Now, I would like to catch it at $2, but it seems to be holding around $2.20 something, give or take. But this may be one to stick long with when you think about it. Let's go down here and look at any new news from XRP. And there's no new news. This is cryptocurrency saw another day of bearish price action on Thursday, with only XRP displaying relative strength. So right there is showing that XRP is slowly becoming its own entity without the need of continually being attached to Bitcoin like the other stocks have been doing, or other cryptos have been doing. So this may be something to look at. Me personally, I'm looking at the low. I'm just gonna say for the whole day, and it seems to be around $2.20, give or take. So that may be the best part to get in there. So I'll probably plug in around 222 and just let it go. I'm gonna let this thing grow and see what happens. Sometimes it hits $2.33. That's a good thing. So we're gonna see what's going on with XRP. But so far it's holding strong by itself. Without need from Ethereum or need from Bitcoin or any of those things like that. So let's go. Let me see who's the head guy in XRP. So I know there's been some meetings with him. I can't find it. Oh well. But anyhow, yeah, XRP's doing its thing. Other than that, not a lot of news going on. Same old, the regular markets, completely destroyed. But we're going to be all right because crypto is here to save the day. So hopefully everybody has a good evening. Continue trading, and we're going to keep it moving. Mike Dub 27, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out. Deuces.